I feel quite preempted already after all the brilliant deliberations that were made before calling me on stage. However, I want to begin my conversation with you by first and foremost outline to you how I intend to go about this brief but probably productive engagement. First, I want to tell you that in the past few days, I've actually spent my time thinking and reflecting how I would want to approach this engagement. And I've been telling myself that if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would ever give me the opportunity to appear on stage, I am going to make a three-layered, three-structured presentation. One, I told myself, listen, this is very, very serious. I told myself that I am going to introduce this gathering, but I'm going to do the introduction based on my own accords and my standards, because yes, I'm the guest speaker of the event, right? That's one thing that I told myself. But I equally told myself that I would spend time to discuss Salif, to tell the audience who Salif is, and what were some of the bases for my interaction, the relationship that I have been having with Salif. That's another issue that I intend to briefly discuss with you. And finally, I thought of the need to at least go through the concept of where I come from. How where I come from could be considered as a propelling force for growth. But how where I come from can also be in the reverse. Discussing how we can collectively find a way towards empowering ambitious, productive young people like Salifu, who is just one among the list of vibrant young people in this community and beyond. So I said that in the beginning, that is in my introduction, I said I am going to ask all of you to rise up and recognize 1 minute silence for the late father of Salifu Dabo, and I will tell you the reason for doing this. So I humbly ask of all of you to please stand up and recognize 1 minute silence and pray for such a great man who has given us Salifu Dabo, somebody that all of us here present is proud of. So let's pray in our own ways for our beloved father. Thank you. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant him Jannatul Firdaus and all departed souls. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, permit me to recognize the presence of the previous speakers, specifically my own brother who appeared here before to give a vibrant, a remarkable deliberation. But also, I wouldn't do justice if I do not recognize briefly the presence of my other brother with whom he is here together, Mr. Dembo Kuyate. I want to humbly recognize the presence of Salifu Dabo's parents and family who are present here. And I want to seize this opportunity to ask all of you to give a round of applause to Salifu's parents, please. But justice would be a word that is far-fetched if I do not ask of you to recognize the presence of the board members of KIDA, right from the various district youth chairpersons, even though they are not part of the board. So village village youth leaders, and the district youth chairperson, who is the boss of all of us here present by law, Madam Christine Mendy. Can you give her a round of applause? By law, by act of parliament, Christine is the boss of all young people in this district. It's a position that she definitely needs to actually appreciate, because it's a big position by laws of this land. So Christine Mendy, thank you very much for that brilliant contribution that you made earlier on. But I also want to thank the organizing committee for the brilliant work that they've done to make this event a success. There are a lot of great people that are present here, including the seemingly forgotten individuals who are Salifus teachers who are present here, and I have not had any presenter before who at any point mentioned them. I want you to give a round of applause to Mr. Jammeh, Mr. Jaune, Mr. Ba, and the rest of the teachers who are present with us here, who actually invested in Salif a lot. Thank you for every bit of investment that you've done. We appreciate it, and we thank you for every bit of it. Now, many of you might wonder, how did I actually meet Salif? When did I know Salifu? What was my relationship with Salifu like before and now? I want to tell you, pre-2019, before 2019, I do not know that there exists somebody called Salif. I don't know him. I don't know who he is. My interaction with Salifu actually started in 2019, late 2019, when I finished my program at the Gambia College and I was posted here. But I can tell you, maybe I am the one whose name is pronounced as Salifu's mentor or whatsoever. Salifu has been productive well before he came to this school. So I want you to recognize the invaluable work that Salifu's parents and the family have done in his life. Please, again, give a round of applause to Salifu's family. Because the reason why I'm telling you this, when Salifu came here, he found us here, newly posted, when the school was open, as first cohort of teachers. All of us as teachers recognize potential in Salif. We all knew that Salif is somebody who will go far in this life. We've seen seriousness in him academically. We've seen commitment, discipline, readiness to go extra mile. That is an attribute that all of us as his teachers saw in him. It's not something that I am stating here because I am invited as a guest speaker. But that is a testament of the fact that before Salif's arrival here, he has already been made. Where has he been made? He has been made somewhere. And this place is his home, his family. The family invested a lot in him and giving him the personality that we all actually talk about today. From the family, he transits to where? The primary school. The teachers in the primary school actually invested in him. Why am I telling you all this? My interaction with Salifu has been only academics. He has a problem, he needs guidance, he needs mentorship. I tell him what I feel needs to be done. Options. I don't actually give him one way of looking at things. I just give him options, give him my reasons, and he's at liberty to decide what he feels best suits. But what makes him intelligent and smart enough to choose best options out of the list of options that I always present in front of him is because of how he has been made well before my interaction with him. So it's not something that I make, it's just by virtue of nature that we would come here, we would interact, and he would be closer to me even after he studies, seeking advice, seeking whatsoever he thinks is relevant, whilst I give what I can as somebody that he actually looks up to. So I want us to understand that if there is any credit that we should take as individuals with respect to Salifu's growth, it's a shared credit. But the bulk of the credit goes where? To Salifu's family. These are the people who raised Salifu. They don't only give back to him, they raised him, made him ambitious, made him productive, gave him the direction that he has taken, and all of us are just mere support systems. And we are happy to do this, we are happy to be doing this, and we shall continue to do this. So thank you very much, Salifu, for making all of us proud. That's one thing. I now want to move on to the issue of the main theme of the day, the theme of the program, where I come from. You see, I have to be honest, where we come from as individuals has always been, historically, now, whether we talk about it on the basis of evidence or anecdotal basis or whatsoever, where we come from has always been a driving force for our growth. It has always been a propelling force for our growth. And this is something that we must cherish. Salif's family, Salif's community, Salif's village, Salif's district, Salif's region, and now we are talking about the Gambia. Salif is not only a household name in his Kabilo, in his family, in Kuloro, in Kombois. Salif is a household name in this country because he has succeeded. He has succeeded in defining what he wants, and he is patiently and every day working hard along that line, investing every single resource that he has to make sure that becomes a reality. So whilst we embrace that, I want to talk to you as residents and natives of Kuloro and as individuals from Congo East. You see, for far too long, our society has embraced greatly, to a larger extent, people who are willing to grow. We give them credit, we are ever willing to stand by them, to support them, to see them grow. But our society has also done bad enough to certain individuals like Salifu, who everybody agrees that they are focused, results-oriented, they want to do something great for their community, for their family, and the list goes on. Kuloro, I am pleading to you, and I am giving Salifu to you, because there is nobody here who can say Salifu is not disciplined. If you say it, you are going to give me a reason to believe, because that is not us as his teachers. Us as the family know him of. Salifu is disciplined, he is hardworking, and all of us can attest to this. It is our responsibility. Salifu has a promising future. Everybody knows that. You know about that. What can we do for Salifu and the thousands of Salifus out there? Because Salifu is just one out of the list of brilliant young people we have in this constituency. The list of brilliant young people we have in this village and in this community. He's just one. What can we do for them? Let's accept that God created us differently. He gives all of us talent, something that we can exploit. I don't need Me Yalonko Alea Nibo Fenna is trying to make best use of it, to exploit it. Kurala Sama, Alawulula Sama, Itemo for Isinyo, Itemima, Sino Difuna Sama. Let's side by him. We support him, Naja and Samason. But that is the problem with the community that we live. With the race, the black race, that is our problem, right? We are not interested in people who want to grow. We are very comfortable to see people living in communities every day drinking attire. They are not up to anything meaningful. We don't care. We embrace them. We pass by them. We don't care. It's completely normal. But those that are focused, they want something for themselves, their families. These are people that suffer the most. I want to tell you from today, Salifu, he's so dear to me, he's so dear to all of us. We would all collectively stand by him and every other talented person who is within this community and beyond in successfully giving them a path towards success. Because that is what differentiate us and the West. The West can die investing in people that they identify as being talented. But it's completely different because it's something that we can actually, it's a topic that we can actually talk about in another setting. But all what I want to tell you is, we all agree that Salifu is brilliant, he's responsible. What we can do for him is to come closer to Salifu, support him, and many other Salifus that live in our communities, so that we can change. Because while we look from the outside as the problem of our growth, we have to start looking inside. A lot is happening that needs to change, and it must start in how we interact among us, but in how we interact with people that we see in our communities as individuals of prospect. Thank you so much for your kind attention. I hope we can learn from this and we grow. Salifu, words cannot describe how I feel about you. I mean, everything started as guidance, mentorship. I want to write poem whatsoever. I mean, that's how everything started. But I can tell you today, I feel comfortable talking to Salifu, as young as he is, of my problems, to see what he has. This is what I call mentorship in reverse. It's happening that way gradually because he is on that path. No matter how young he is, when I talk to him about something, he has something to say. And that's something that I appreciate. It means that our investment is actually going in the right direction. Mr. MC, thank you so much for the opportunity, and I'm so grateful. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr.